Hello, welcome to Architect Interview Question Series from Knowledge Powerhouse. Here we are going through different questions on software architect interview, system design interview. Let's go to see our next question. Question is, what are the benefits of publisher subscriber messaging systems? So in a previous video, we covered like difference between PubSub and message queue. Now let's focus more into the PubSub method and what are the benefits of it. As we mentioned, PubSub method is a asynchronous mode of communication, and some of the main benefits that we get out of it is scalability, decoupling, asynchronous workflow, separation of concern, load balancing, simpler integration, reliability, and testability. So we'll go deeper into each of these one by one. So on scalability side, these pub subsystems, they can increase the scalability of a overall system, and they can improve the responsiveness of the publisher. So that way we can create a very responsive system. And the publisher system, they can quickly send a message to like an input channel, and they can keep on working on its core capabilities. Let's say, if you are developing an e-commerce site, and in that e-commerce site people are creating some orders that, oh, this is the thing I want to buy. So now you don't need to process that order in real time. You can just collect that information of the order and send it to a queue, and from that or to a topic specifically, because there'll be different kind of categories of those orders, like business categories or consumer categories. So you can send it to that specific topic, and from there the downstream order system can start processing it. So that way the order taking system can continue to take a lot of orders without worrying about the processing of the order. So in such a case, it is the responsibility of the messaging infrastructure to ensure that all the messages are delivered to subscribers. That way we can increase the scalability, so you can take a lot of orders and those orders can continue to work. If you see a restaurant and there are people who take orders, and they just take the order, they don't process it, they just send it or take the order and put it back to the kitchen. And the kitchen is the one which processes it, and they come back to take more order. So that way, they have made it more scalable system. Then comes the decoupling. So with a pub-sub model, we can decouple the whole system into smaller subsystems. That can communicate with each other in async manner. And these subsystems can be managed independently. And it helps in maintaining the system even if one or more receivers are offline. So in pub-sub model, like when we decouple it, again going back to our restaurant example where there is a order taking people and there are kitchen people, both of them become two subsystems, and they can work independently and they just communicate in async way. Like order taking people don't wait for the kitchen people to fulfill the order, they just take the order, push it to the kitchen, and from the kitchen whenever it is ready, then the delivery happens. Another benefit of pub-sub model is asynchronous workflow. It's very helpful in implementing asynchronous workflow across a large system or a business, especially like when we have a much bigger system. There, let's say Facebook, Google, these kind of systems are there. In such a scenario, if we have so much of traffic coming, it's very difficult to create a synchronous system at that time. In such a scenario, we build a async system so that all this traffic can be handled asynchronously. Then comes a separation of concern. So as an architect, we follow this practice that we try to implement the separation of concern, which means like every service or application, it just focuses on its core capabilities. So that is a separation of concern. They focus on their own capabilities, and the message handling infrastructure can help in transferring those tasks from one capability to another capability. So message handling, like publisher subscriber, they take the heavyweight work of transferring the information between one system to another, but each system focuses on their own capability. Like in our e-commerce example, the order taking system is taking orders and the order processing system is processing the orders. But message system, which is publisher subscriber, is taking the order information from one order taking system to the order processing system. So that way we get the separation of concern. Another benefit is load balancing. Like if we have increased load on a system, then PubSub model can help in implementing deferred or scheduled processing. So consumers can wait to consume messages up to off-peak load hours. So if we have heavy load, we can just keep publishing to the different topics, and on those topics that load is retained, and the consumers then they can keep on processing on that load like one after another based on that speed. That way load can be balanced, and if we see that there is a more load coming on some in that system, then we can increase the number of consumers, so that way load can be balanced and we can have a scalable solution. Simpler integration. Okay, this is again a good point, that if you want to add another subsystem in this, let's say you have a website which has multiple pages, and now in that we have some components. Now you want to add another component like for advertising, or another component for some kind of feedback. So what you can do is that you can integrate that using this PubSub model, where you can have uh, any information that comes from there gets published to a topic, and from there the feedback module gets it. So that way it's easier to integrate different subsystems that are implemented in different programming languages, or different communication protocols, or different cloud infrastructure, that can be done in a PubSub model. One more benefit of PubSub method is reliability. Whenever there is a high demand or increase in the load, the PubSub system is more reliable because it can smoothly handle that load, and if there are any intermittent errors or failures, it can gracefully handle, because there's async communication. You can reread and you can recommunicate. That way it creates overall very reliable system. Another benefit is testability, and because we are dividing the whole system into subsystems, then and we have async messages, so what we can do is that we can start testing the smaller subsystems, and that way we can overall improve the performance of this whole thing. So testability increases, and individual subsystems can be easily tested. Just you publish that message, and even though you do not have a publisher, you can publish a dummy message, and using that you can test the subsystem. So these are the major benefits of PubSub system. Again, to recap, uh, scalability, decoupling, asynchronous workflow, separation of concern, load balancing, simpler integration, reliability, and testability. All right, thank you very much. And if you have any questions, do post in your comments, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.